I could take my underpants off now. That might make a difference.
I am ready.
Welcome back, guys.
Hey, two in a row. This is feeling good.
Capsicum Show.
Welcome. Thanks for tuning in, guys. It's almost roundabout episode 70, I believe.
Awesome. Jobs.
Yeah, 3 Main Road, Irene.
Yeah,
Come
like
check us out,
Crossroads.
Like, share, subscribe our YouTube channel, please.
Yeah, all of that good stuff. And yeah, well, welcome back. Second time in a row. In case you missed the last one, I'm Boy.
Robert here. How's it, guys? Rene Sons of Fire.
Tim from Mlungu.
And Isak, and we are the
Flavor Side. Yay.
Yeah, lekker. So, yeah, when you guys went here, me, Rob and Isak, I think we did the first episode of Rissie boer. Very lekker sauces, and we've got the next 3 here. They are a little bit hotter than the first 3, so it's a pity you missed
Yes, I missed the first one, yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's good. Like I said, I need to
I
put
like
the
your
hot
luck.
tolerance
I
again.
like your luck.
Yeah.
Always walking when it's hot.
With the hot stuff, yes. Hey, red's hot, eh?
There you go.
It's a sign, so.
at least for the previous episode, we got our tolerance again after you stopped.
Exactly, yeah. So, no, I've literally been only eating chilies. So, I'm looking forward to eating some hot stuff again. Always fun. Who doesn't want to die? Who doesn't want to die?
So lekker. We're going to go watch a little video of Rissie boer, and then we'll be back with some Braai Boys wings and wing it a bit.
Lekker. Actually, we're not. We're having some cheese grillers.
Okay,
Winging it.
Yeah, we're gonna wing it. We're having cheese grillers again. Yeah, lekker.
Hey, just as good.
Ciao.
Welcome, guys. Welcome to another episode of the Friday special of the Capsicum Show. Today in the house, we've got a very special guest whom I met at the market recently, but you guys already know this. We did a sneaky midweek episode with one of his sauces, and we'll chat more about that sauce and the rest of it now. But without further ado, I'm Isak from Conditional, and you are.
I'm Tony Maton, and I am from the Rissie boer, or if you want it in English, the chili farmer, but we do it as the Rissie boer, so.
Yeah.
That's me.
Proudly South African.
Natuurlijk.
First off, let's get to the start of things. So, tell the viewers a bit. Where did your journey start with chilies, and when did you realize how did you realize you were into chilies, and how did it kind of grow from there?
I've always liked chilies. I've always liked warm stuff. It obviously comes and goes, in phases. Sometimes you have some, you don't have it. So, but this basically was a thing that I thought of in the beginning of the year. With COVID and everything, and with time getting as tough as it is, I was looking to make a quick buck. And it sort of turned into an obsession. And 2 months later, I started in February. I started experimenting with the sauce. Starting to get the flavors and things right. I probably have about 20 liters of sauce still in the freezer that we still need to eat. But as I've refined it, I've basically come up with the sauces that I currently have. There's still some changes they want to make to the sauces. They're not completely where I wanted, so there's still going to be some tweaking to be made, but the basis of the sauces are currently what I want.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
brilliant. So yeah, a question from tasting the Cacafuego that we did on the midweek. I tasted it before the show already at the market, and then from there it was like every single night up until the midweek special. I just had to have it. So, but the flavor profile and the taste that I got out of it was yet again like most craft sauces, but you get some of them that are just a bit unique, where you can see that this person comes from a different angle, the flavor and spice profiles and that. And that was for me one of those sauces where all the flavors blended in perfectly. There was nothing that sort of stood out and said, I can taste this clearly, that I can almost, it's like everything was almost in equal levels. So is there something specific that inspires you or some idea that you got that made you make the sauce the specific way that you do?
Basically I made the sauces for my own taste buds.
Okay.
It's like I said, it was trial and error. It was all for science, a lot of stuff, and until something that I could enjoy came out of it. And obviously I did a lot of taste testing as well as the ones I had my colleagues at work, and everybody taste test, giving their feedback and ideas and stuff like that, and that's how the sauce essentially came to be. So it's a lot of input that went in. The one thing that I do, the base of the sauce is similar to most other craft sauces. You've got your onions and your garlic and stuff like that in the sauce. My thing is I've got a specific blend of spices and herbs that I've put in, which is giving it its particular flavor. And that is my sort of secret sauce, one can say. My secret herbs and spices, like the colonel would say, yes.
You see, but that's important. I'm one of those people that believe that if you make a craft chili product, yes, it's fine, like you said, to have the base ingredients like what most people use, but there must always be either a part of the making process or certain spices that is just a thing that you do and no one else does, that you kind of worked out. And otherwise, what's going to make your sauce different from the rest of the brands? So, and that's why we like the craft stuff, because so far it was few and far between that stuff was similar to one another, but most of the times it's a complete unique thing. So, but now the names of the sauces kind of intrigues me as well, because it's straight to the point, like this one, for instance.
The tender touch.
Yes.
So yeah, like I said, if you look at the color of the name of the sauce there, it matches up with the color of the Scoville scale that I've put on there. Okay. So this one, tender touch, because it's a mild sauce, 25,000 on a Scoville. So you will see I don't rate 1 to 10 like most people on their bottles, and it's a 10 sauce and it doesn't taste like anything. So I try and mimic my Scoville scale to what the chili's actual Scoville scale is. So if I say mild there, this is probably going to be a hot sauce for most other people. So I'm using the Scoville definition of mild, medium and hot, and not your general.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's like the same as when I make a chili something. I don't put 3 out of 5 or whatever. I put a plus minus. I work a plus minus out of the Scoville, and I put there that it lies between that Scoville range, and it's.
So how I figured it out was obviously the amount of chilies to the amount of other product in there, and as I was for sciencing the whole thing, I incrementally increased the chili content until I got to a point where the chili, the Scoville plateaued. And at that point I said, okay, this is then how much chilies needs to be in the sauce to actually get the Scoville that you require.
See, that's a very interesting thing that I think a lot of people can, like a principle that people can learn from out there. And that's a good way to gauge, because a lot of people think, let's throw 3 or 4 in here per batch.
No.
Okay, but how many liters are you sitting with? No, but I'm going to throw 3 or 4 chilies in there. And when I started my experimentation, it was the same thing until I eventually found out like a good way to gauge how much of what to add, and but is there a specific percentage that it works out to for each and every sauce, or does it vary from?
It varies from sauce to sauce, but generally anything above 50%, you will start getting your required or your Scoville that you're looking for. Anything less than that, and then the Scoville is going to go down as well. Obviously, it also depends on how you prepare the sauce. Because if you're going to roast your chilies or cook the chilies, that is going to denature the capsicum in it as well. So that is definitely going to diminish your Scoville. So even if you make sort of like your Serrano sauces, you know, maybe drop one habanero in there just to bump up the Scoville a bit, something like that. So one has to take into account the denaturing of the capsicum as well. So
exactly, and a lot of people do not take that into account, and that is what I like, because if I remember correctly, what was it? I was thinking that something that we spoke at the market as well, but that you a lot of times go for fresh chilies. So instead of dried or smoked or whatever the case is.
So if I take my chilies, so half of the chilies I do roast because you want to get that roasted pepper taste, but the other half is fresh because you don't want just fresh chilies, because then it tastes like a green sauce, and not everybody likes the taste of a green sauce, not like a peri peri or something like where you use the raw chilies in, you know. So.
Green sauce, as we call it, a salad dressing.
Salad dressing
must have like a flavor. So, is there any of the sauces or the stuff that you brought us now that has a specific story behind it or behind its name? Or
not really as much as like I said, I originally started with this as a quick money making scheme. Obviously, it's turned out to be something a lot different for me. I've always been, I don't want to say creative, but I've always being creative with names and stuff. So when I was thinking up of the names, I thought, what name would encapsulate what the sauce would be. I mean, obviously things like the Thai chili sauce here, the rings thing, everybody knows what rings thing is, so, and it's also one of the things that I looked at when I did the sweet sauces, because the Scovilles for the savory sauce and the Scoville for the sweet sauces are the same, because I use the same base chilies. So tender touch, sweet kisses, because it's a sweet sauce. Tender touch, sweet kisses. So ring sting, sweet sting. Gut punch, sweet carnage.
So even the names have a correlation between one another.
So that's the sauces. On the jams itself, so for instance like this, I've not come up with unique names for the jams yet. It's still coming, but so you just basically have the name. But things like my other products, like my spice rubs and stuff, and they've got the red rub horror, which is used with the habanero, dried habaneros inside, for the rubs and things like that. So the names I've made up as it's come along, and obviously I've also gauged from people the names as well. Like with the Cacafuego, for instance, the original name I actually had it was the Psalm 121 sauce. But people said that people not going to like that. It was funny because the first verse. Okay, I'm not so well versed in the English Bible, but it's that I turn my eyes up to the heavens. Where does my help come from? Because you're going to need help from above if you're going to eat the damn sauce. So I thought it was funny. Other people said no, it's insensitive. So obviously they didn't use it. So I went with the Cacafuego.
Because unfortunately nowadays you have to be politically correct.
It's not about political correctness or stuff as well. It's just being courteous to other people and their beliefs. So
and the meaning. We had an interesting little conversation about the meaning of that word. Now, I googled a bit, but I'd like you to explain to the viewers, because it's not just a word that just rolls off the tongue. There's a meaning to it that ties in with the sauce.
So Cacafuego, it's a sort of bastardized Spanish word. So it was originally used in Victorian England, as a swear word. So when things, basically, if something was a shit show, it went complete tits up. So then it was, they said it went caca fuego, which means shit fire. It's a complete, like you're bagging of shit fire. Yeah. So that's basically where the name comes from, because if you're going to be eating this, also going to be shitting fire. So
it's good. It's luckily I haven't done it, but for the people out there that are not in the same tolerance level as oaks like us, yes, that is something. Put the toilet paper in the fridge.
No, well, you can also see when I sell the sauce, I sell it with a free bottle of Vaseline and toilet paper.
Lekker. No, this is awesome. I can't wait for us to test these sauces in whichever order we're going to test them. And the jams I'm looking forward to. There's a lot of local people that do jams, but percentage-wise, everyone that does craft sauces, it's a smaller percentage that does stuff like jams and relishes and stuff on the side as well.
Yeah, but see, the jams and stuff I'm specifically doing because there's a lot of interest in the tea gardens and your delis and breakfast spots like that who wants to do chili jams and stuff like that as part of their offerings. So this is one of the reasons why I made this, is specifically to sell to these types of markets. I already have places not too far from here, for instance, which already has my Thai tomato jam on their menu, so.
No, that is amazing. But listen, without further ado, guys, as much as I'd love to chat for another couple of hours, I think let's get to the sauce tasting, and then we'll see you folks next time. But before we go, Tony, where can people find you? Where can they find your products currently?
Alright, so currently on the social medias, you can find me on Twitter, on the Instagram, and on Facebook. So on Twitter, I'm at Rissie boer. At the Instagram, not Instagram, I'm at rissie.boer. Sorry, I'm old.
What is Instagram, where the people can quickly order a gram of chilies in seconds?
I wish. And then of course on Facebook you can find me as the Rissie boer, or just Rissie boer there. Everything will be posted on there, what shows I'm going to be at. Hopefully by the end of the month I'm going to get my website up and running. It's going to be www.rissieboer.co.za. So keep an eye out for that one as well. And on there I will have all my sauces. I'm also going to be doing things like hot honeys. I'm also going to be doing the spice rubs. I'm going to be selling chili plants and seeds and all these types of things. So yeah, keep an eye out on that.
And maybe a hot challenge in the future?
Maybe a hot challenge. I'm not looking at it yet, but if the...
Eventually.
Yeah, I've got about 45 Carolina Reaper plants coming up. So
I'm
keep an eye out.
If they ever go missing, then you know where to find them. Guys, on that note, let's get to the tasting. And from myself and from
Tony,
have a stunning weekend and stay hot and stay healthy.
Cheers, guys.
Welcome back.
Hey, sausage inbound.
Since the sausage was a hit the last episode, we'll do it again for this one.
That's a winner. Maybe we should
Sausage lunch.
Maybe we should change because it's easier to eat too. Huh?
Yeah, I love it.
Yes, it's lekker.
And it works.
Yeah, but
with sauces.
so it's great and it tastes like it, but it interferes with the chili, and or not interferes, complements or takes away. So
It's also
the wings are
still
still favorite child. Yeah. Anyway, so let's talking of children.
Let's crack it with the Thai tomato jam. Let's start with ingredients: tomatoes, chili, sugar, lemon, honey, and ginger.
Is it a hot chili? What does it just say chili?
Let's check the heat.
Did we do that last week?
Yeah, 2 weeks
2
ago.
weeks ago?
Medium.
Yeah, it shows you medium. The
Okay.
scale-
175,000. Yeah.
First three.
Oh yes.
This is now the second episode.
So same stuff, just hotter.
yeah, thanks again, Rissie. Boer.
Oh. You could eat that with a spoon. You could eat that.
Is it hot, that one though? What's the rate?
No, it says medium.
And his stuff's well rated.
Consistency looks
Yeah,
good. Okay.
his stuff's really well rated. Medium should be really warm.
Is it lekker?
Yeah, because the previous one was lacquer too.
Now listen, Rissie Boer, all of his stuff.
Okay.
So you getting any of that clear?
I've already stolen that one. Sorry, it's gone. Well, let the person. Dude, how lucky is
the
that?
shades on.
You say, absolutely.
I hit the last one away so
If
well.
I sit the right way, the toothpicks left from coming.
Sorry guys, we've got two conversations going again.
Yeah, but that's okay, 2 years.
It's a crazy house.
That is lacquer, guys. Oh, you in for a treat.
Oh man.
Thank you. Prima.
Ring sting.
Check it slowly.
Tell us. Oh, this was hot.
Checking the color there.
This one's hot.
The color is writing
Yeah.
and match it up there.
Alright. So, what is. Okay. See, that makes more sense. I thought that little marker was where it's.
No, that's we don't.
Okay. Okay, see, now I feel more confident trying this again.
We kind of new
Obviously,
today.
the proof is in the pudding.
Yeah. You might be lying.
I think this is going to have the same heat as a jam, so if you survive the jam,
No, the jam was just very mild heat. In fact, if any.
Wow.
I think it could taste nice on the scone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now that is look.
Oh, you weren't here 2 weeks ago when we did
that.
it. Dude, the other one was amazing. That was like cream cheese or
that was
We had
Jason's.
toothpicks
Yeah.
as well.
or was it Jason's
We
one?
don't have to be heathens.
Thai.
Eating with our fingers. That's.
No.
Yeah, but that's the way.
Second the ring sting, let's do it. See if it gives us a ring sting.
Well, quite thick sauce, huh?
No, shake it a little bit.
Yeah, that's it. Ah,
Is that it?
yeah, I'm pulling it Isak.
What? That's really
Let
not
me
too
show
hot.
you Oaks from the peanut gallery. I remember that one.
Really not too hot, and that's what I'm saying with the grillers. So it's nice, but it's hiding a lot of the flavor. So I'm tasting a lot of sausage,
I did also taste a lot of sausage. Yeah.
as we do here on this show.
I could jump
So it's only taste it when you're done. Just taste it on its own.
Nice piece of cheese.
Otherwise, it just
That's nice.
tasting like a regular chili sauce to me. I'm not getting too much from it.
I'm liking it. Very spicy. Kind of almost something you'd put in a curry.
This has got more flavor.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I'm losing the flavor on the griller then. So that's what it tastes.
I think
on
it's
its
the
own.
sweetness that stands out in the jam.
I think the sweetness works with the sausage.
Yeah.
It hides that flavor a bit more. But that's a good sauce.
check.
That is a stunning sauce.
I'm not convinced.
What is the
eh?
spice there?
Yeah,
What is the...
very.
Let's see.
Nothing's jumping out for me on this
Let's
one.
see if the sweet garnish will tickle the boys a bit.
Okay, so this one's getting hotter. So we look at the.
Maybe,
Flavor color, yeah.
maybe point it in a safe direction when you open it.
No, it's not safe.
No, I'm kidding.
With Bright Boy, nothing
Okay, so
safe.
yeah, is the next one hotter?
That one says gut punch.
Four. Okay. Okay, because the first two really went too hot. I loved that first one. Wasn't getting too much on the second one.
The jam was interesting. I think that's a
Yeah.
scone. Will go nice with a nice fresh scone.
Whoop.
That one's colourless.
Whoop, whoop. Okay.
Whoop.
This is where I need
Okay.
to start being a
You can't
pussy.
pour it back into the bottle.
Of course I can. I didn't touch it with my
You
fingers.
just did it.
What do you mean I can't? I'll show you exactly how. You want to see how?
Actually, I'm gonna give it a smell quick. Tomatoey.
It looks tomato.
See, but that's what I'm liking again.
The sweetness will.
I'm getting flavour in there. No, but what I'm saying is I can taste something in the sauce rather than that one was.
A little bit bland though.
Yeah.
Sweet again.
Yeah.
How's this one on the heat
smell.
for you then?
Hotter, definitely, but
You'll survive.
breaking a sweat, I will survive. Wouldn't be able to eat a whole plate of it,
Sweet carnage.
but still tolerable.
My goodness.
Yes, yeah, this is
Yeah.
nice. Or
full
sweet
up,
sauce.
Yeah.
But that's what I like. What Tony did with this, he's got a normal sweet chili, then he's got one that's a medium like sweet chili, and then like this one. So
A hot
he's
one,
got a
yeah.
range of sweet chilies for the different heat level
Yes.
people. You know?
That is lovely.
That's a lekker sauce, that one. I'm liking that.
That sweet.
Okay, now I'm scared. Okay, so gut punch is in the brightest of bright reds. And that's where the skull is.
Yes.
I'm scared again.
Oh yeah.
I'm getting
See, now
the
remember
one.
why I stayed away for so long. See, the beginning was pleasant and then...
Can I make you feel good about this one? I'm not scared. This is not his hottest sauce. He's got one sauce that's hotter than that.
Oh, so chops. That doesn't help me much.
Nice burn coming on there. All round
Like a little linger, but like a
side of the tongue.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's got burned. I wouldn't eat a whole plate of it. It's too hot for me. But still tolerable. There, it's at a 7 or 8. Is that previous one?
Oh, right.
Hey, dude. Remember what?
It just came up. Or, yeah.
Ooh.
I think there's marugos in here, that's why they're scared.
Is it the Maruga sauce?
I don't know.
Are you hoping?
You did explain
Yeah,
the
he's
video.
always hoping. The rest of us are not hoping.
Some
punch.
just smells.
The Rissie boer.
I think I might have had a little bit too little. Let me try again after.
I'm just
Because I'm
hiding.
still feeling the burn from the previous one, so I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just hiding that burn out before I grab my next one.
The gut punch is got a burn. But not much, still flavor. That's what I like.
Cool, bro.
Hey, come on.
It's almost got a wood aged. You know, like you'd have a
Smoky.
wood aged whiskey. Well, not quite. Yeah, smoky, but wood aged stuff.
Interesting.
Yes, now I'm getting the woody notes in there.
Lovely.
It is hot.
Is it a bit mustardy if I haven't got it wrong? Maybe not really. Or is it
What's
I'm also getting
ingredients in
mustard. We've got chilies, garlic, carrots. That's celery, onion, lemon,
celery? It's a
spices.
celery we're tasting.
Yeah. And but
That woodiness.
It's a celery, I think.
and herbs and spices, whatever.
Yeah.
That was
I like
pleasant.
that.
I can taste it. I'm gonna eat that whole jam after this episode.
That's awesome.
And I'm still just not a big fan. That first sauce we had, it's not giving me anything. I'm not tasting anything like I can taste.
The last
it.
two is better, yeah.
Yes. So, yeah.
What
thanks
an
again. Delicious. I'm going
again.
to eat a whole bowl of. What is
Sauce.
I'm calling it a jam.
I'm gonna
We call it a
sort you out
jam.
now with the jam.
Yeah,
This
I'm
is
calling it a jam. And yeah, so thanks again for watching, guys. 3 Main Road, Irene. Come visit.
Like, subscribe.
Yeah.
Happy Friday.
How's
Stay hot, stay healthy.
See you soon.
Yum, yum, yum.
It is
Nice.
Friday, right?
That. Dude.
You know, you.
Now it's back to Thursday again.
Ooh, what a leg beat.
Really, Gareth? Workers.
Blackson.
Yes,
Oh,
it's no
hardcore
sweat.
chilling now, dude.
This jam
Oh.
is
Look at that. Even just on toast, anything is just
Toast
good
would
on
be
toast.
nice.
Wow.
That was lekker pleasant. You got an
Thanks,
hour
guys.
to
Thanks, Uncle Venus.
Got it to 2.